Greetings everyone. In this video I'm going to talk about how your experience in this game is all you. It's all you.
Greetings. This infinite source truth is made possible by the generous contributions and support of viewers like you. Please consider making a contribution now. Thank you.
This game that you are experiencing is an illusionary dream matrix that you are hooked up to. Your avatars are not real. They're an illusionary state of being. You have games, computer games. You know that that's not you in there, that avatar that's running around and doing what you're commanding it to do with your controller. You know that that's not you because in this game you're not so in depth and immersed in it. But in actuality, what you perceive as you, yourself, your avatar, your body, your experience here, you take it very personal and you become overly concerned about your avatar here. It is a tendency to become overly emotional. And when you become overly emotional, you're not being neutral. And that means that you look at things from a different perspective in the fact that, well, it hurts, it's painful, it makes me sad, or, oh, it's joyous and happy. The problem here is the joyous and happy can lift your frequency, but those other emotions, hate, anger, rage, sadness, depression, choices that you make can take your frequency down. You can't hang on to that stuff. It will pull you right down the frequency planes and will undo the work that you have accomplished to raise your frequency. Now, when you make choices or you go outside of your now day. Now, you can sense and feel something, but you need to be aware that you need to snap out of it, forgive quickly, recognizing that those are scripts that are being played around you, and don't take it personal. You made choices that put you there in that position or that spot for those things to be happening around you. You see, everything that you are experiencing is a direct reflection of your subconscious. Because the game is responding and you are building the game yourself by your choices. You are choosing paths to go in certain directions to experience certain things. Now, as much as you want to look at it as something outside of you that is giving you problems, you need to go within because the answer is within you. Why the external forces are being experienced the way they are being experienced in your game. It's because there's an inner work that needs to be done that has not been completed. You have your subconscious is calling all the shots. Some of you don't let go of the past and you live there continually. Well, that's a low frequency choice to do, and what happens is that your frequency level, whatever body, your subconscious body, whatever, drops the frequency planes. If you ever made it up to a high frequency plane and you start going back to the past, you start dwelling on the negative, you start getting angry, depressed, resentful, whatever those feelings, unforgiveness, you are choosing lower frequency states of being, and one or more of your frequency bodies drop one plane for each day that you stay in that state of being. Now, if you ever made it up to outside the box frequencies, or even if you made it to level 8, and you start doing things that take your frequency level down in one or more of your bodies, then that body goes down one level every day that you remain in that state of being. Your frequency determines what you experience in this game. And you cannot fool the matrix, you can't fool yourself. Well, you can try to fool yourself, but in reality, you're really not fooling yourself because you know deep down that there are some issues that you haven't dealt with. You've covered them over nicely, but they're still there. Now, you really need to pull those things out by the roots and dig it all out and have it gone so that you can raise your frequency again. Now, is it hard whenever you have made the choice to become discouraged, resentful, unforgiving, to get out of those states of being? Well, it can be, unless you can connect with the fact that this is all an illusion and it's a script, and that people are acting the way that they are towards you based on a script that has been given to them, because most source players are still in scripts. They have not escaped their scripts, and they're just following along with the show. When you realize that, you can release and let go of perceived wrongs that others have done to you, because you recognize that it's just part of the game, it's an experience. Now, how you filter that experience is up to you, and how emotionally charged you are with the outcome of it. Now, those who are, I'm going to say, extremely needy in this game, who have to have people like them, who have to have close relationships, who have to have significant others, who depend on those people to prop them up and to acknowledge them and to encourage them. Those individuals, whenever that fails or someone changes their mind about how they feel about you and they no longer want to be part of your experience, then if you are an emotional individual, that can take you for a really big frequency dive. But that is a choice. It's a choice. I've gone through this on other videos where your subconscious, if you have a judgment on somebody and you've judged them for something that they have done, and then your subconscious knows that you have done something, that you are guilty of something that needs to be judged because you've judged someone else, well, your subconscious is going to judge you. Now, your subconscious is the biggest aspect of this game, of what you experience in this game. It is the biggest key piece outside of your synergy cell and your source self of how you will experience this game. How high you will climb in frequency, or how low you will go in frequency, and how long you will stay there, based on your subconscious programming and perceived rights and wrongs. This is really takes a lot to wrap your mind around. But it is the biggest factor in affecting your game. Many of you are getting it. You're doing the work and you're experiencing great breakthroughs in your game experience. And you're loving it. Now, when you start loving your matrix game experience, well, you'll receive more things to enjoy and love about it. All right? More of the higher frequency experiences that you crave and desire. But if you're caught making choices in the lower frequency range and you are in despair and you're so sad and you're thinking, well, it should be different for you and it should be easier for you because you've made choices that should be elevating your frequency, but you're holding on to other low frequency behaviors and thought patterns, then why are you doing that to yourself? And then you have to ask yourself, why is it so important to you? Can you not be happy and content in the circumstances that you're experiencing? Now, some of you have just made very, very, very poor choices from the standpoint of you have made choices that you did not have the financial abilities to make those steps. You didn't have the savings. You didn't have, you rushed out to do something that your subconscious was telling you, not your source self, your subconscious was telling you that would be beneficial to you. And again, some of you are asking your pendulums, I'll say your pendulums, your pendulums. Well, not your source self, but your pendulums. There's a difference here. If you start something, a business, a journey, whatever it is, and you do not have the provisions at the start of it to finish it, or at least get you a distance down the road in it, with the option of turning around and going back home, then you've made a choice that was not beneficial for you. But it was beneficial, depending on how you look at it, because it was an experience. And every experience is beneficial, if you want to look at it that way, if you choose to look at it that way. Every experience is beneficial because it's an experience in this game of life. Choices, cause and effect. Make the best choices for yourself in your game. It's you. It's all about you and your experience in this game. Cause and effect. Choices, cause and effect. You can do this. You can do it. It doesn't have an easy button. There is no easy button to just boop and you know, whoosh, you're there. It's a work of changing your mind, changing your subconscious, changing the way you think about others, changing the way you think about the game, changing the way you think about good and bad, and being neutral. It's all choices. And the more you get to neutrality, the higher your frequency will rise. Because you're not going to cross from one frequency plane into the next without having some neutrality. And there's a testing period before you can advance to the next level. Now, if you find the information that I'm sharing and the work that I've done in the Matrix a benefit to you, then it benefits you to say thank you with a gift via PayPal. The link is in the description box below. Abundance, health, and prosperity to you.